Want to win money on sports? With Underdog, you can win up to 1,000 times your cash just by picking higher or lower on your favorite players' stats. Millions of fans have won billions of dollars on Underdog. Will you be next? Download the Underdog app and sign up to get a free pick with your first cash entry up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP, 1-800-639-8783, or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 HOPE line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
How do you feel when you switch to Geico and save on your car insurance? It's like going to work on one Thursday morning and thinking to yourself, just one more day until Friday. But then somebody in the elevator says, Happy Friday! Then you check your phone quickly and discover today is actually Friday. So yes, Happy Friday, random stranger in the elevator. Happy Friday indeed. Yep, switching and saving with Geico feels just like that. Get more with Geico.
Hashtag no music, no intro, Saints Block Party podcast, bye-week edition. And it's the bye week, and yet we are still here. We do not leave our listeners hanging. This episode might not even get that much play or downloads, but we are here doing our mid-season bye week mock draft episode. And we get it. It's very early. The Saints right now currently are picking 10th overall in the draft, and there's a lot of season left. There's 7 games left? 7 games left, right? But they may pick, maybe they'll pick into the draft by the time the season ends. Maybe they're picking higher, maybe they're picking lower. We don't know. But for a while there, it looked like the Saints were going to be picking top 5. Obviously, that is no longer the case. They might end up picking top 5 again. But we are going to do 3 mock draft simulators. I already have them set up. 3 mock draft simulators from 3 different ones, and just have fun with it. This is had Wolf watch prospects early.
It's the earliest I done watched prospects since probably 2012 or something like that.
It's early, bro. Early,
bro.
But I think it's a very interesting draft. It's a very there's some players in the draft. We've started already talking about like the draft takes and things like this. I just want to make sure this gets posted to. Okay, it's posted there. I just wanted quick aside. The whole I'm completely okay with Blue Sky. We are both on Blue Sky. Follow us on Blue Sky if you haven't yet. Keeping up with 2 social media versions of Twitter is exhausting, Ryan. It's exhausting.
All right. It has to. It just has to come natural. It has to come natural. Like you can't kind of force it. Like either you just uninstall Twitter X and you move on, or it's just something has to draw you to the other one. Like I try to use Blue Sky, and maybe I will start using it more at some point. But man, Twitter still just got my. I need my ignorance. I need my my niggerishness, my just buffoonery. I need it, bro.
Completely. Well, actually, that word probably does not get us demonetized on YouTube of all things.
They're like, oh, we good.
You're good. Keep going. Yeah, I'm straddling between both paws. I wanted to, before we kind of get into the draft, the mock drafts and having that. So we're going to share the screen. They're going to be up and all that. I wanted to go back to a point that I forgot to make with Taysom Hill when we did the recap pod. I made it during the live stream. I didn't, or do the Zoom live stream during the game. I didn't say on the recap pod, who, by the way, was just announced NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Insane. 34, 5-year-old Taysom Hill. Just insane, bro.
And our dude Ross Jackson made a good point that he beat out Jared Goff, who had like one of the best games of quarterback. The Lions scored 7 touchdowns on 7 drives. And
they're like, ah, it's the Jags, whatever. But
like
just
the
so
Browns,
I feel like it was just like Taysom is just kind of a player. Let's just show Taysom a little love. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't get a player like this very often.
you don't.
Just a player a player that makes no sense. It's just
None. A unicorn, bro.
It's just a unicorn, man.
It's a football unicorn.
Completely,
But
man. I love
point
it for him.
I did too. And the point I wanted to make is the Saints were pretty set on making, like, more than likely, I would say 90% was going to release Taysom Hill after this season. Like, and we've talked about this because we've seen that the Saints have wanted to just try to take every role that he had on the team and fill them with other players. And it's just been a thing that we've been just very on top on. Jamal Williams, Kendre Miller at the running back, Foster Moreau, Jimmy Graham at tight end. So like this trying to like phase Taysom out thing has been a thing for like 2 seasons, and in each 2 seasons he's Taysom. You don't phase out Taysom. And after his impact on the offense, and obviously we don't know what the future of the coaching staff is going to be, but his impact on the offense, the things that he's still able to do that no player on the team, no player in the league can do. I don't know what it is, but that whole thing of their mindset of likely moving on from Taysom Hill at the end of this upcoming season, that has to be out the window. That has to be out the window, bruh.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's a litmus test for whoever comes in. Like to test your footballness. You know what I'm saying? Like we saw with Clint Kubiak. You know, it was like wondering, what is he going to do with him? Clint Kubiak came in, watched the tape, called Taysom up, said, man, look, I'm coming to Utah. Went out to Utah, said, man, you are going to be the engine of this team. You know what I'm saying? And used him, honestly, better than Sean Payton used him. Like, just use him.
Talk about it. He has, bro.
Use him all over the place, bro, and really unlocked him as a 35-year-old player in the NFL, which is just don't make no sense. But like
None.
Taysom is just a rare, very rare athlete. So like to me, you just keep finding ways. Just stop it with this thing where it's like he's like making your offense worse by using them because like you're forcing it. Like that used to be the kind of trope that people would push a couple years ago. He makes the team better. Like he just makes the team better. He does things that makes the teams better. It's a great player to have. Will he want to play that past this year? He seems like a guy that just, maybe hang it up if he wants to, or maybe he's a guy that's going to play until he can't play anymore. But as long as he's playing well, like he's a part of the team, in my opinion. I think he's under contract next year. Is his final year under contract. I think it's $8 or $9 million or something like that. May as well ride with it, bro.
Pay that man that he's earned it, bro. He's of all the bad dumb moves the Saints have made contract wise. You telling me you can't just pay Taysom, because that was the thing. 2 years ago they didn't feel he was worth that extension that he got prior to Sean leaving. They didn't feel he was worth that money. He has shown that he is worth every penny of it. Probably, we being honest, he's probably a little underpaid. Who that Chris in the chat said 44 touchdowns since 2018. 44 touchdowns,
Right?
44. Dante says, shout out Jamal Williams. Offense been humming since he been out.
Humming, bro. Humming.
But yeah, it's just the point that I kind of just wanted to make on Taysom that I had said, but I didn't say in the recap. Like whoever the offensive staff is, whether it's Clint Kubiak, if Rizzi retains him, if it's a different head coach who brings in a different offensive coordinator, that has to be part of the plan. Like you said, this litmus test. Okay, it's not like, hey, we talked about this in our Zoom? Does Taysom fit in our offense? It's like, no. What can we do with Taysom in our offense? Like that's where the starting point is. Don't pull no Mike Marks where you just feel like you can't use a tight end in your offense and you trade him. Like
I don't need a Greg Olsen. What I need a Greg Olsen for?
No, why? Because if if for whatever reason the front office or Mickey Loomis, whoever it is, decides to move on from Taysom in the offseason, we already know exactly where he's going to go. We know where he's going to go, bro. And we don't need it, bro. We don't need it. I don't need to see that. I don't.
So I can't wait to give him them Bo Nick snaps, bro.
Can't wait, bro. Cannot wait. So we got 26 concurrent viewers on right now. Thank y'all for joining us on a Wednesday night during a bye week. Before we go into these mock drafts, I just wanted to kind of talk to you about it's mock draft season for some fans of some teams, including us. Someone asked a question in the chat. Let me get to it. Alfred Andrews. So if we make the playoffs, and then in parentheses it says we probably won't, how bad does it make Loomis look? Here's the thing. If we make the playoffs, Loomis is going to think that everything that he said is exactly why he didn't, like, DA shouldn't have been fired. That's exactly how he would take it.
100%. That's just so annoying. It's so annoying. He will be 100% justified in every move he's done up until this point.
See, I told y'all.
We right there.
Right there, except having the worst one of the worst coaches in NFL history. Right there. Besides that, what were you? let's just talk draft, bro. Let's talk some prospects. What are some thoughts you had? It don't have to be I'm not starting with position. You could just give me a couple of players in terms of, like, how did you see them when you started watching them this early in the process?
I guess we could start on the quarterbacks, because that's what I started with. Like Cam Ward, never watched a snap of him before today. So like immediately it's just like, wow, like, his talent just dripping off the field, like arm strength. I thought he played surprisingly, smarter than I would have thought he would have, because I heard he was kind of like raw, just kind of like a dude that just like to rip it or whatever. But he, I thought he played pretty smart. Kind of a weird offense, not very much not a pro style offense, I wouldn't call it, but you could just see the talent. Like, it's like, okay, like, you don't need to squint too hard. Like, dude, talented quarterback. Milrow, right? Yeah, Milrow, like, just tantalizing. Just the first word that comes out, like, ooh, just tantalizing.
He is, bro.
Will he be good in the NFL? Man, I don't know, but you just see it. It's just like, ooh, like, I would love to get my hands on that. You know what I'm saying? Just as a football fan, you know what I'm saying? I want that on my team, and figure it out. Ewers, I'm like, Ewers plays a ball, bro. Like, I like me some Ewers, bro. I love me some Ewers. Ewers, like, what's the debate here? Like, the dude, quick feet. He hit that back foot. He snapped that. He twitchy. He gets rid of that ball. Strong arm. Can move and run.
I don't get it. Our dude,
what's being debated here? Like,
our dude, Cody Alexander, who, when we brought him on this past summer, we asked him one draft question, and we asked him to give us a player that he just loved in the draft. He gave us Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell has been a stud for the Eagles, an absolute stud. So, I don't know, this was probably like maybe a month ago now, I had quote tweeted something and said that, Ewers was my quarterback one at the time. And Cody Alexander replied to it, and he said, 100% absolutely, he doesn't understand why people are down on him. I don't either, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it's something I don't follow college football closely. Maybe he's not having a great. I know he got hurt this year and stuff like that. I don't know. But I was like, man, this dude ball, man. Like,
okay, this is gonna be a very very controversial thing for me to say, and I'm going to be careful about how I say it. I think like the draft Cotton Exente are just over white quarterbacks, bro. Like, I just think.
We talking about this last year, bro. Like, this reverse racism is out of control. Like,
I just think it's like, oh, okay, he stands in the pocket and he throws.
Can a white guy get some love? Can a white quarterback get some love, please?
Me saying that, listen, me saying that after the election that we just had probably is not what should be happening, but I just feel like there's a little something to it because it's just like, okay, Luke in the comments, in the comments said no comment.
Luke like, yeah, trying to tell y'all.
And just a little bit, bro. I just feel like people see like white quarterbacks and they just look, and sometimes they don't work out. Kenny Pickett, I was wrong on Kenny Pickett. I was completely wrong on Kenny Pickett. Apparently was wrong on Mac Jones too, even though he had that first good rookie year, which is weird. But
even like Drake May this past year, you know, like
Drake May had game too, bro, and people were just like, Luke said Greg somewhere smashing his phone. We know our dude Gray loves him some black quarterback, bro. You
love him, bro.
love him. But and here's the funny thing, and I feel like I could probably say this out loud now. I don't know what their final ranking. I don't know what the Saints' final like rankings were of the quarterbacks last year. All I know for sure, and I know I can say this out loud now, is that they did have Drake May over Caleb Williams as a prospect, right? Just as a prospect that I know. If they liked Drake May, it's hard for me to think it's hard for me to think that they wouldn't look at yours. And I'm not going to say that they may like him to the degree that they like Drake May, but they are they have some similarities playing style wise, stylistically to me.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think the Saints are like Cam Ward too, but I think he's going to, probably be out there reach. Ewers, I don't know. Like, we'll see how the draft it's hard to predict the draft process these days, man. Like,
his range, like, to me, speaking with Ewers, if fucking JJ McCarthy can go 10th overall, you tell me,
my God.
You tell me Quinn Ewers can't go 10, can't go top 15? Come on, bro.
It's not even close to me, man. It's not even close.
And I watched a lot of A.D. Mitchell last year because I love A.D. Mitchell as a prospect coming out of Texas. I was watching A.D. Mitchell and I was looking at some of those throws that Ewers, I was like, he's throwing balls, bro. Like, balls.
For real, man. For real. I just watched a lot of his snaps today and I was just like, man, I like that. I like you could do something with that,
You let's go back to Milroe. Man, you gotta have balls, guts, and a plan. A plan if you're drafting Jalen Milroe. And I think he should go top 15. Just talent wise, he should go top 15. His speed, he's going to be entering the league. He's just going to be one of the fastest quarterbacks entering the league, period. And I feel like he is further along as a passer than Anthony Richardson was and than Jalen Hurts was. I just feel like, but here's the thing, whoever's drafting him, you have to know, it has to be like we talked about this in text message, it has to be an organization decision, and we got to go all in for this to be our guy and our quarterback.
No question. Like, I'm not comparing him to Lamar Jackson, but similar to how they did Lamar Jackson where, Greg Roman instituted this, run style offense where the run game is based on the QB run game and everything ran through Lamar's running ability, even the pass game played off that. It'll have to be something like that where like his ability to make plays, you wouldn't want to take him and try to force him into being it. It's like a straight up drop back passer.
Don't do it.
You could get into that. You could get to that kind of like we saw with Lamar has become like a better passer year over year over year. Same with Jalen Hurts. Saw him become a better passer year after year after year. That'll be the hope you would want. I think that's what they wanted to do with Anthony Richardson, but I think his learning curve is just more steeper.
Right.
So yeah, man. Look, I saw like just a lot of throws. I think he's already showing signs of like, throwing with the anticipation and, throwing with different layering. Like when he throws the ball, it's not all just, dart. Like he's throwing a few nice little lofty balls and stuff like that. So to me, I'm just like, man, there's a lot to work. Like I know once the draft process starts, coach is gonna be like, man, shit, get my hands on that. I could do something with that. I could fix that. Work
Right.
that.
And you imagine we just talked about getting NMC Offensive Player of the Week. You Taysom Hill. You telling me you can't create an offense that has concepts of Milroe, Taysom Hill, read options, AK, Kendre Miller, Olave, Shaheed. Maybe get you a tight end in the second round. Maybe get you a Mason Taylor, or maybe get you a guard that beefs up the offensive line. You telling me that you couldn't cook something? But again, it has to be a full buy-in. Let me get to the chat. Dante said, "Yours on the board when the Saints are on the clock. Are y'all running to the podium or are y'all taking calls?" I would run to the podium because I'm higher on yours than most. I would run to the podium.
It's not even a debate for me. Like I'm not even like I look. I gotta watch more. I gotta watch more. To come up with. I gotta look at his history and all that stuff. I know he was like a highly talented, high school athlete. Came out. He had some moxie with him. And stuff like that. I mean, it's simple to me. Like I remember when Arch Manning went to Texas. I remember like, oh man, he was out of there. I mean, shit. Arch ain't see the field until he was hurt. So, bro, this dude.
He does have some injury concerns. He's been hurt at Texas in college a bit. I have a feeling. I feel like either one or two things are gonna happen to yours. Is that the scouting departments of teams are going to. He might go higher than I think what people think he might go higher than right now. I think a perfect team for him, honestly, would be like the Giants. The Giants screams like a Quinn Ewers team because they wanted to draft Drake May badly. So if they like Drake May, I could see them liking, Ewers and him going like top 4, and that would surprise people. But if he slips, man, anyway, let me get to our super chat. James Smart, $4.99 super chat. Appreciate you.
Thank you, James.
How do you guys feel about McMillan, the wide receiver from Arizona? And could I get the link to the Patreon like Brandy? I want to be down. Patreon.com/Saints Block Party. Appreciate you, James. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Right now we have 47 concurrent viewers going. A little of a hot take I have is I said .com, Chris White Wealth. I didn't say .clown. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. I like Luther Burton III more than I like McMillan. Arizona.
Really?
I do, bro. I
like Burton though.
I do. I like the explosion. He's a little more explosive to me. I was talking to Dante about McMillan. I compared McMillan to Cortland Sutton in Denver pre-injury, like at his prime. Like that's who he reminds me of with a little more juice too. And I think he's a good prospect, but with me in the draft, bro, it's like what gets me going. Like when I watch what gets me going, man, Luther Burton gets me going, bro. Like he just got that. I didn't even realize he was 5'11" until I looked it up because he plays much bigger than 5'11".
Plays much bigger. Absolutely. I had the same reaction I did when I watched him.
I was like 5'11".
I like the way he played. He got that dog in him, man. Like he got that dog in him.
He got that
dog in him. But McMillan, I like McMillan too. I didn't watch a bunch of him today because I kind of like watched a little bit and I was like, yeah, he good. You know what I'm saying? Like I just didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't need to see too much of it. I'll go back and watch more. But it's interesting, bro. Like I didn't see a lot of like the type of receivers I'm looking for the Saints. And look, honestly, it doesn't matter what type of receiver. They need weapons, period. But I'm looking for like a big, fast target. Like Saints just need like a big, like we see it with MVS. Even though it's MVS, But even just having MVS out there is like, oh man, that's nice to have. You know what I'm saying? Just a big fast target out there. And I
Dante
have
just
him
put in the chat. We got MVS at home.
I want a new MVS, a newer MVS. Shit.
And, like White Wells said, keep me away from the short receivers. I need a 6'2" dog who listens to Usher.
The hell?
I don't. What's that even mean, Chris? What?
And so I don't no problem with that, but okay.
Listening to my way when they warming up, bro.
My way.
My name is US. No, I'm just kidding. They said that's racist, Chris. We having fun tonight. Let's talk pass rushers. You watch it. The Saints, like we go back to this all the time. The Saints always need a pass rusher. Like
Always,
every draft. There are only a few pass rushers in this draft where I would be 100% okay with them taking. At least the ones that I've watched up to this point. One of my draft bays that if he's there at, again, I keep saying 10 like they're going to pick 10, but we know this is just for right now. But one of my draft bays on the defensive side of the ball, Abdul Carter, Penn State.
Ooh.
Abdul Carter is Micah Parsons, a.k.a. Booty Bandit, without the sexual assault. Like almost a carbon copy of Micah Parsons. And I know that's high praise for a player who's a piece of shit, but who is one of the absolute best players in the league. I watched some Abdul Carter, especially 2023 when he was playing off the ball.
Yeah. Woo. Pop off the field, bro. Just pop off the field.
My God. He's what, physical. Like, if they're going to draft the defensive edge, that's the one I want, bro. Bring me Abdul.
Just bring me somebody that just pops off the screen, bro. Like, just bring me somebody. I'm tired of all these plug and pass rushes where you got to look like, yeah, man, he got a pressure. That look like a pressure right there. Like, he does have Ben. If you look right there, he has Ben right there.
If you squint, it's there.
I'm tired of that, man. Give me somebody that's just like, whoo, whoo. You see that? Whoo. Just that's what I want, man. That's Carter right there, bro. Carter. I'm like, man, I can't wait to watch more of him. Like, what's the knock? Is the knock that he just hadn't played a bunch? I know last year was his freshman year playing, I think. I don't know.
If he's being mocked in this draft, he has to be like what? So he'll be like a redshirt sophomore, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. But I'm like, man, this dude here, this type of defensive player I want the Saints to get. Like, if you're going to go defensive line, get somebody that's going to impact the defense. Like, players like that can change the defense. Look at what T.J. Watt does for the Steelers, man. Like, he is – I don't know what the splits is like when T.J. Watt is playing and when T.J. is not playing for the Steelers, but I know it's, like, drastic. Like, their defense completely changes.
Huge.
And that's the type of player, like, I feel like he could be for now. Like, I gotta watch more of him, you know, and formulate a, you know, more solid opinion. But, like, that's just the immediate thoughts I got. Like, soon as I saw him, I thought Michael Parsons. And you had texted to me. I'm like, that's the first person that came to mind.
Right.
Just, like, somebody you could just play all over the line.
All over,
you could
bro.
pick your spots. Who you want to rush, bro? You want to go against the right tackle? You want to go against the left tackle? You want to rush up the middle? You want to blitz the A gaps? Just pick a spot. Pick a spot and go get it.
Man, if they end up staying at 10, they're gonna be able to get assuming who's making the pick, they should be able to get a blue chip type of talent at 10, Ryan. They really should. They really should. Wait, hold on. Let me go back. All right. Wayne said not a Trump dancing pass rusher. That's not what I'm going back to. Listen, if they drafted Quinn Ewers, bro, like we got another MAGA quarterback. Like, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Luke was referring to the guys that you were talking about when you don't want to squint. He brought up Marcus Davenport, Peyton Turner, Isaiah Foskey, and then Chris Whitewell said, "I'm a Marcus Davenport truther. I'm afraid." How is it 2024 and what?
What?
The same Marcus Davenport who's on IR because he purposely played 2 weeks of the season, then decided that he was done, and then shut it down himself so he could get paid guaranteed money. Like what? That Marcus Davenport? What?
I think what Chris is trying to say is there were times when Marcus Davenport was healthy and motivated that you could see what the Saints hoped they would get.
Yeah.
At times. Yeah. At times. But it's just no, bro. Like I need more than that, bro. I need more than all those caveats. I'm tired of caveats.
If he comes in the season in shape, if he's not hurt, if go make some plays, nigga. Go make some plays.
Please.
Okay. Texas A&M pass rusher.
What's his name? I can't remember.
Nick what is?
Oh, yeah.
Scruton.
Yeah.
He looks like a saint, Ryan.
Yeah, because you got to look at it like, oh yeah, okay, that's nice right there. That's nice right there. And like we talked about earlier, I'm kind of battling with myself because I thought the same about Verse last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, but damn, Verse good. Like he's shown he's really good. Like, so I'm just kind of battling, having this internal battle. So I might have to watch more of him. But I liked what I saw. He looked like a good player, and definitely looked like a Saints defensive end.
Like I know a Saints DE when I see one, bro, and he looked exactly like one.
Another thing we gotta figure out is like whoever we bring in, like if Aaron Glenn comes in, will he want that style of defensive line? I mean, because that's what they have with the Lions. That's what they had with the Saints. Would he want that? Rizzi, what would Rizzi's feelings be about that if he was the head coach? I don't know. Like we're gonna see. Like maybe do they want a Carter type player that's just like speeding off the I don't know. Like that's gonna be interesting.
Our dude Jake said Tennessee Edge, referring to James Pierce Jr., won't be a Saint, or he'll be a former Saint turned All-Pro. He's a player that I watched that I was very disappointed when I saw him.
Really? Wow.
I think the thing that scares me about him is he is slender as hell. Like he is uber slender. And unless he has a career arc similar to that of like an Alden Smith was bulky though. Like he was stout, right?
Yeah.
But I think but I think in terms of like if Pierce Jr. is going to be I'll say this. We don't know what the Saints defense is going to be. We've known what the Saints defense has been for like the last couple of years because it has been so static. But if we're with that same mindset, I'm not going to say they're like Pierce Jr. doesn't fit into the Saints defense, but I think for me, just watching him, I feel like in the league, he may get bullied a lot because of his frame. Like that worries me.
Yeah, no, that should be a worry. You've seen that a lot with a lot of these slender pass rushers that come out, recently. But I mean, just watching him, I liked what I saw. I thought he was physical, but look, it's college. Like, man, you try to translate that to the NFL, bro. Them dudes in the NFL just put their hands on you and you take you out the game. You know what I'm saying?
Out the game, bro.
It's over. So he, I thought he could maybe be, like a Leonard Floyd. Theoretically, just
long.
that long. I thought he could develop into somebody like that. And look, Leonard Floyd had a good career. He's not like a all-pro or nothing, but he had a good career. So it's somebody I like, but like watching him and then watching Carter, who's like also
It's
kind of slim, but you
it's
just
not
see the
it's night and
that
day,
power,
Ryan.
that
It's
power
not.
he plays with, completely different, bro. Completely different, bro.
Chris said sounds really good. Someone needs to run the numbers and tell me if slimmer defensive ends make more plays later in the game.
That's a good question.
That feels like a shot at Derek Barnett, and I don't know if I'm going to let that stand on my watch.
Derek Barnett just made a play the other night, man.
God damn right he did. Chris said it's mock draft season in November, man. Then it's how he going to hell. Hell.
Yeah, bro. This is what you look at what you've done to me.
All right. So we talked some prospects. We are going to take a break, shoot it over to our sponsor at Underdog Fantasy Sports, and then we'll come back and we'll start the mock drafts. 3 different mock draft simulators. We're going to have fun with this. We'll be back right after this break from our sponsor.
Underdog is the best place to cash in on all your takes this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones are cold? Make your entries in just a few taps and turn your sport opinions into real money. Wide receiver hurt? Every dog deserves a second chance. And with Underdog Rescues, you can get your money back and receive a promo if any early injury causes your entry to lose.
I love Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is the best place to play champions. So sign up and deposit now using promo code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Download the app today and use the code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Again, download the app today and use the code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Will Derek Carr throw for over 75 yards, higher or lower? You decide using Underdog Fantasy.
Download the app today and use code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Higher or lower, you make the call on Underdog. Must be 18 years or older, 19 or older in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783 or text Next Step to 53342. In New York, call 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
How do you feel when you switch to Geico and save on your car insurance? It's like going to work on one Thursday morning and thinking to yourself, just one more day until Friday. But then somebody in the elevator says, Happy Friday! Then you check your phone quickly and discover today is actually Friday. So yes, Happy Friday, random stranger in the elevator. Happy Friday indeed. Yep, switching and saving with Geico feels just like that. Get more with Geico.
We are back. Thank y'all for being here. We have 36 concurrent viewers going on right now. Pure sickos, just pure sickos joining us talking draft on a Wednesday night. Our dude Jake asked was the safety from Georgia Starks discussed. Did you watch Starks at Georgia? I did not.
I watch a little bit. Good safety, man. Good safety.
Here, I guess I'll ask this: good safety, is he a good enough safety to be drafted top 10?
No.
That's the thing, because man, if you're that good, if you're a safety being drafted in the top 10, you got to be that of a Sean Taylor elk.
Right. Yeah. I didn't watch a ton. I watched one game. I was like, oh man, he's good, but I didn't get the feeling man, if he's there at 10 or even if he's there 13 or 14, I gotta have him now. It's more of a late round first pick. You know what I'm saying? because it's just the safety position in the NFL right now. It's just not saying you ignore those. Like, look, I would have loved taking Branch last year or whatever, but he would want in the second round.
Yeah. And he went probably because like he at that point he was like a tweener.
Right.
All right, so I want to make sure are you able to see Demon Tom Slime before we get into this Mason Graham, Michigan.
Oh, dog, man, I like him. Like,
love him. Someone said in our Discord, like, that is the quickest I've done like a turnaround on a player.
And it's went from the one player I do not want is Instagram.
And then it was like, look, but that's the funny thing about the draft process, man. Sometimes you just got to watch more. Like sometimes you just got to watch more or whatever, and it can change your entire perspective. And I went from like I just the vision I have. You put Mason Graham next to Brees C, that makes Brees C's job easier, or he can focus on just getting up the field. Mason Graham can penetrate, but also be stout in the run game. You got Creep. Maybe they bring Cam back. Who knows? I don't think they'll bring
somebody like. I think you get somebody like Graham. Cam like shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Another year. Because like the thing about Graham, man, he's so powerful, bro. Like so many times you saw like when he was playing head up against a guard or whatever, that dude is pushed back. Like he's pushing him back every time.
And here's what I love about him as a player, and I know I'm going to say this even though Mozzie Smith was drafted by the Cowboys in round 2, and he has been, like, atrocious for them. Man, I like defenders who have been coached by Jim Harbaugh because you know what you are going to get with them as players. Like, Mason Graham's going to be well-coached. He not only well-coached, but coached how to do things correctly in a defense. And he would be a force inside for the Saints. Like, he would be a great pick. A great pick.
Absolutely.
All right. So this is the first one we're doing. We're doing NFL mock draft database.com. I want to make sure the chat can see it. So let me know if the chat can see it. This is about as big as I can get it. Actually, I lied. I can probably get a little bigger. All right. There we go. All right. Let me back it out a little bit. All right. So we are going to start the draft. This is on slow settings. I apologize that there's ads, but it is what it is. It's the fucking internet. So we're no trades. No trades. We're just going to let the board come to us, and I'm going to pause it just to kind of, as picks happen, till we get to the Saints pick at 10. All right, let's get going. Jags on the clock. First pick in the draft. They go Travis Hunter, Colorado. All right. Moving right along. The Titans, do they call quarterback? Milrow to the Titans.
First quarterback
off the board. That would cause some waves. All right. Browns on the board. They go Shedeur Sanders. Ugh. It's funny. We didn't even talk about Shedeur.
I know, right?
We didn't talk about Shedeur. We can talk about Shedeur after we do our Giants on the clock. They go Cam Ward, 4 overall.
I like that.
Vegas needs a quarterback badly. They go Dylan Gabriel from Oregon, which I don't think would ever happen in the draft because it's a mock draft simulator. Dylan Gabriel ain't going in the first round in the draft. So but anyway, we're just doing this for purposes. Will Campbell, tackle from LSU, goes to the Patriots. That's actually like a great pick, and I could 100% see that pick happening. The Jets go Mason Graham. Oh, fuck them.
We always get the DT, man.
They got Mason Graham and Will Donald the fourth. God damn, bro.
And they got Quentin. What's his name?
Oh, Quentin Williams in the interior. The Panthers at 8. They go the edge from Georgia, who I have not watched, to be completely honest.
I haven't watched him.
The Cowboys pick before us. They go. I don't even know who that is. Defensive lineman from Michigan, Grant.
Oh, so yes, dude.
So we're getting offers for the 10th pick. The Jags are offering us next year's first and a third and a fourth. Okay. The Steelers are offering us next year's first, third, and sixth. The Chargers are offering us next year's first and second, their third, sixth, and seventh. The Bills are offering us this 2025 second, fourth, next year's first and pick in round 6. And the Panthers are offering us a pick next year, round 1, third, and 7. But we're not, here's the thing, we're not getting their pick back. Like, we basically would not have a first round pick if we do any of these, if I'm looking at this correctly.
Shit. Yeah.
Now, I will say this. The only one that would make me pause would be the Jags one and the Panthers one. Dante said hang up on the Panthers. Because I'm not saying I would take it, but the logic behind taking it is that you are betting that they're going to also be ass water next year.
Yeah.
And you would be banking on that pick next year is top 3, if not 1 overall. It's a gamble.
It's a gamble, man. But it's. I mean, you could end up with like a number 1 overall pick, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. For the sake of for the practice, we're not going to take it. But I think, like, if this was real life, if they called whoever, if it's Mickey Loomis or new GM, I would think very long and hard about this deal, because you're banking that the Panthers are going to be ass.
Yeah, man. But, you know, the Saints could be ass too, so it'd just be ass and ass.
All right, so I'm rejecting all the trade offers. Man, that board, bro, you got McMillan, you got Will Johnson, you got Carter, and then you go to quarterback. They got Ewers, who's 30 on their board. Ryan,
hey,
oh, buddy, talk to me, GM Ryan.
I don't know, man. I like someone in tutorial.
Someone in the chat said they also got Genty right there on the board too.
Yeah. You know, man, just as an impact player, I think I'd go Carter here.
I was thinking the same thing, bro. Like, I don't know how many chances you would have to get a player like him where they're picking. Right. You know what I mean? Like, McMillan, a good player, might be a great player. You can get wide receivers in round 2, round 3. Will Johnson, a stellar corner, probably one of the better cornerback prospects that there's been in a while. But Carter's a game wrecker, bro. Carter wrecks games.
Game wrecker, bro.
And even in Cam's peak, I don't know if you could ever say that he was a game wrecker, right? Like, not the way that, you know what I mean? Not like the Michael Pearson.
Exactly. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Just like that, just guy to just take over a game was just like, oof. Like, what are you gonna do? How do we stop this guy? You know?
Let's Carter, bro. Carter. It made sense. It made sense,
man.
Don't love the Bucks getting Will Johnson. Just FYI, did not like that. I just want to see how the rest of the draft goes. We can. Don't know. Okay. Oh, it doesn't tell you anything else. Oh, okay, that's great. All right. Well, we took Abdul Carter from Penn State.
Get an A+.
Yay! Yay! I think that pick 100% made sense. All right.
Yeah. Like, even though Ewers was there, look, they got him ranked 30. So, you know, I just, like, we'll see, like, once the draft process starts, we'll see where, like, these quarterbacks are, you know, slated to go or whatever. But look, man, the Saints have so many holes. Even though quarterback is like a huge need, like, I'm fine with them saying, look, let's just keep building this year, unless it's
Ooh,
like a can't miss, like it's somebody you can't miss, like a quarterback you can't miss,
I like
But
to
if you
me,
got
I would make the argument that you not that yours is can't miss, but I think that if you were to draft him and he's what he hits, you don't have to worry about quarterback for like the next 10 years, which is
yeah,
which is what all NFL teams
right,
want.
yeah, but that's any quarterback prospect. If you
Cool.
when you make a pick for a quarterback, you hoping that's
Yes.
what it is, and you know I. I love it was I don't know if I'm there yet to be like, man, we can't pass this up. Like me personally, I would run up there, but I'm still not to the point where it's like, man, he's a can't miss prospect that you won't see for the next 5 years or whatever like that.
Right.
I'm not so sure about that. Especially like I mean, you look at coaching matters so much. Like you look at what Sean Payton doing with Bo Nix. Like everybody hated Bo Nix.
I,
Everybody hated Bo Nix. And
I
look,
like Bo. I like Bo. I liked him. I liked him.
I like them too. But look, like earlier, like watching them play earlier,
Oh,
this, I
it
was
was
like,
rough, bro. Ooh,
ooh.
ooh.
But you just see how one good team building because you got a good defense around him, so
Mm-hmm.
you're not asking him to play hero ball every week. So you're allowing him to go through the process of learning on the job. You know what I'm saying? And you see him get incrementally better and better each week. So
Can
that's what you would want.
Can I make a quick point since you made that? Now, I'm not hijacking this. This is not me saying anything, but exactly what you just said would be exactly the reason. Like if they wanted to develop, whether it be Hayner or Rattler, that's what you have to do. Like that's what good coaches do. It has to be a plan. There has to be development. That's all. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just
Look, man, one of the smartest things the Saints could do right now is do what the Giants are doing with
mm-hmm.
with Daniel Jones. You bench Carr, avoiding the 10-year guarantee you got next year, the injury guarantee or whatever, and you see what Spencer Rattler or Jake Hayner got down the stretch. Split the time. Give Jake Hayner 2 or 3 games and give Spencer 2 or 3 games. However you want to do it. While the offense is finally healthy, you got a healthy offensive line. The wide receivers are what they are. Clint Kubiak able to cook. You got Taysom Hill back. See what you got in those. Like, what if you let Spencer Rattler play the last 2 or 3 games and he looks good? Like, he just looks good. Not crazy, but just looks solid. Like, that
let's say
just changes the
let's say
scope of everything.
similarly to how Bo Nix to some degree has been playing the last couple of games.
Right. It's like, throwing a couple touchdowns, take care of the ball. You see some of the progress. You show incremental progress each week. What we couldn't see when his first 3 games where he started with, everything was just a mess. Like that just changes the scope on how you go into the next offseason. But the Saints ain't gonna do that.
Ain't no way.
They gonna trot Carr out there every week.
I could have seen them doing it if the past 2 weeks didn't go how they had. Like if they were kind of the same, like I could see maybe like the last 4 or 5 games they tried, but like now, bro, no, it's Carr rest of the season, bro. Rest of the season. All right, let's get to PFFs. Theirs is always weird every year just because their rankings are always super weird.
Yeah.
But let's get going. All right, so Jags takes Travis Hunter. The Titans take McMillan. Oh, interesting. Okay. The Browns take Milrow. Okay. Giants take Mason Graham. Okay. The Raiders will probably take a quarterback. Cam Ward. That pick and fit makes a lot of sense. Like a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The Patriots take Will Campbell. Like hand and glove. Makes a lot of sense. The Jets take Will Johnson. Okay. The Panthers take yeah. Bro, I'd be so mad, Ryan. Oh, I'd be so mad, bro.
Oh,
Seeing him twice a year.
oh,
Oh,
hell.
fuck me, bro. Oh, Cowboys take. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Genty. And so now we're on the clock.
That's such a reactive pick too. It's like just purely reactive because they need a running back so bad. Just go get like,
bro, I can almost feel it coming, Ryan. I can almost feel it coming. Pause. Okay, so we have the Seahawks wanting to trade. Wait, I don't. Oh wait, never mind. It's PFF like makes you like pay for. No, absolutely. Okay, so if the board broke down like this, for me, the player I would be drafting is Quinn Ewers. That's me. Like I like Burton. I like Burton a lot. But if the board broke down like this, I'm drafting Ewers, and I'm not thinking, ooh, they got Sanders pretty low on their draft board, and I'm not thinking much of it. I don't know about you though.
I guess we could talk about Shadur Sanders a little bit. Like,
Go ahead.
why would you not pick him?
I don't think he's a first round quarterback talent. The thing I keep asking, and it's what we're asking this about. It feels it's different because he passes a lot more and he's shown a lot more. But I feel like I'm asking the same question about Sanders that I was asking about JJ McCarthy. In that, if he's going top 10, what does he do elite? Like, what is his elite trait? And we've talked about this in the Discord a little bit. People say it's his processing, it's his ball placement. I just don't see it. I see that he's a good quarterback prospect. To me, he doesn't scream top 10 quarterback prospect. Maybe late round 1, early round 2. And I wonder if he had a different last name and his dad was different, I wonder if he would have the hype that he currently is getting.
I agree, man. Like I watched as much as I could of him today, and I was just like, I'll just say I'll say what I do like about him. I like his feet.
Yes.
I like people talk about his processing. I like his and I could tell by watching him that he studies the craft of playing quarterback.
Yes.
And I think that alone will take him very far. Like I think he really understands like the real finer details of playing quarterback, and I think he works really hard at it. Because he started at Jackson State.
Right.
Nobody really thought much of him. You're like, oh, it's just nepotism right here. Like it's just
Right.
Like Dion got his son playing, and he built himself into a really good quarterback prospect that's now being talked about in the top 10 or whatever. And so I do like that about him. I think he's gonna succeed in the league. I just don't know that he's special. You know what I'm saying? I think his arm talent leaves a lot wanting. Like I saw people say, but he got an arm kind of like Joe Burrow. Nah, but Joe Burrow had a way better arm. Joe Burrow had a much better arm than Sanders in college.
I'm going to give you a pro comp for Shador. Are you ready for it? Here's my pro comp because it just came to me. Marcus Mariota.
That's a cool one. But man, even Mariota had like a nice little cannon. I don't know. Somebody said Tua. You sent me something that was saying Tua.
That was Todd McShay. You can see it, bro.
He's not Tua, but like I could like the same feeling I get with Tua is kind of like
yes.
But I do think I like Sanders a little more as far as like in the pocket than Tua. So I don't know, man. It's but I like you just look at Twitter and stuff like that. Like people love him, bro. People love him. And I'm just like, ooh, this is gonna be interesting. I can't wait till the draft process actually start and people start talking about it because he got like Sanders gonna have so much coming with him. Like as far as just the stuff behind them, it's gonna be crazy, bro. Crazy.
Football aside, like it like the team that drafts him and here's the thing, like it's been I've been told, and now it's kind of out there completely. Dion is not going to let him go to a team that he doesn't feel like is good. It's set up to do well for his son, which that's good parenting.
Right. He's not going to the Panthers, like
No. It's not going to happen. But getting back to our little exercise we're doing, are you good with yours?
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
All right. We are.
Boy, I'd be excited as hell, boy.
They have you PF. This is why I can't stand PFF, bro. Ranked 119th, Ryan.
What?
119th.
Don't even make no sense.
Okay. All right. Well,
I gotta watch Drew Allard. People been telling me to watch him. Drew Allard.
Oh, no
Drew
idea
Allard.
what that is. No.
We'll see.
No clue. Burton to Miami. That feels like a good pick for them, especially if I don't think it's for sure that they bring back child abuser in the offseason. He might. I'm just saying. I don't think it's for certain. Falcons go Georgia edge. I'm just letting it play out. Just see if anything spicy. Don't even know who most of these players are, Ryan.
No,
I know.
I ain't get that for you yet, bro.
Oh, I'm not going to unless I have to. Like unless they go on like a tear.
I watched Isaiah Bond today, but I just can't remember much about him.
And Warren is very good. They're going to give us like terrible grade F.
I feel good about it now.
Yeah, right. If they giving us an F, I know we made the right decision. All right. And this is our last one. Pro Football Network to wrap things up. All right, let me refresh this. Okay. Oh, they don't. Okay. Sorry. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. Pause. Let me share this. And we are our last mock draft episode. All right. I'll just say this about Pro Football Network. Their drafts can be like crazy in terms of just the players that go places. So I'm just letting you know, because they have Burton as like their rankings are like their number one overall player in the draft. So let's get to it. The Jags go a wide receiver 1 overall. Okay, not happening, but okay. For funsies, Titans go Will Johnson, cornerback Michigan. The Browns go Travis Hunter, cornerback Colorado. Sanders goes to New York. That makes a lot of sense. Ward goes to the Raiders. McMillan goes to the Patriots. Oh, that's a nice pairing. Him and Drake May.
Mm-hmm.
Carter goes to the Jets. I would throw something, nigga. I would throw something. Nick Squirton, edge rusher, goes to the Panthers. The Cowboys go Will Johnson. Okay, well, I guess we didn't. Don't know how that happened. Don't know how it happened.
Just gave us a safety. Yeah.
All right. One more time. Let's try that again. Because I was about to run to the podium for Mason Graham, bro. About to run to it. All right. Okay. Try that one more time. All right. Burton. Let's see if something changes. Will Johnson. Sanders goes to the Browns on this one. Ward to the Giants. McMillan to the Raiders,
Mhm.
Carter to the Patriots. Seems like a very Patriots pick. Will Campbell to the Jets. Travis Hunter falls all the way to Carolina. Ugh, that would be gross. All right. So we should be able to pick, right? Don't pick for us. Okay, here we go. Got 3 trade offers. No, I'm hanging up the fucking phone. I'm not doing any fucking trades.
Absolutely not.
Bye. Not doing any trades with the fucking. You already got us with the Marcus Davenport trade. Bye. Not again. Would you move down 11 spots and we get a second and next year's second?
Oh, that's interesting right there, boy. And who's on the board now? We got Mason Graham.
You got Mason Graham and Milroe. And
Milroe?
And Genty. Bro, those are premium picks, but I don't know how many chances you get a chance to draft a player like Mason Graham, bro. That's tough. That's tough.
Man, that 21 looking nice. Get that 21 and 53, and you got a second.
So that would give the Saints. They move down to 21. They would have 2 second-round picks. They would have a second next year and 2 third-round picks and 2 fourth-round picks in 2025. Woo! Buddy,
what y'all saying in the chat? Take the trade.
Let's see. Demon Time Slime says not just a yes, a hell yes. Wayne said, "Damn, they got us giving a pick like Loomis." Dante said nope. Demon Time says yes. Dante says he wants a first. So he says we should try to counter and maybe ask Arizona if we're doing 10 and 23, we need 21, and maybe would you ask just for next year's first, or would you ask for next year's first and their second this year? Ooh, I love draft season. I love it, bro. I love it. I think we should try to counter and ask them for 21, next year's first, and 53.
Go for it.
All right. Let's see what they say. So 10, 123, we're dropping down 11 spots. They're going up 11 spots. So we go to 21. We get their second this year and next year's first. That's what we're proposing. All right. Let's see. They said no. All right.
Let's pick them.
Who you thinking, bro? You want to go Mason Graham? Or do you want to go? Or do you want to go to Milroe?
Ooh, Milroe sitting right there, bro. Milroe sitting right there. And here's the thing: I wouldn't even be mad. If they just say they still want to ride it out with Carr another year for whatever reason. I wouldn't even be mad with a Milroe package with Carr. You know what I'm saying? And you just kind of built.
I have an idea. Let's try to do some Houston Texans shit right here. Okay. Let's maybe grab Mason Graham and try to give up a next year's first. Maybe we can move back up to get either a Milroe or a Quinn.
Let's give it a try.
All right. So we going Mason Graham at 10. Don't even know who that is. Okay. Milroe still on the board. And okay, so if you're looking right here, where will you think you got to move up to get Milroe or yours? If we're going Milroe, I would say 16. Because I could see Sean McVay trying to do some shit where you keep Mount Stafford for 1 year, Milroe consider season, and he go to the Rams. I don't like that. I don't like that. I might try to call up when the Seattle's on the board. I'll try to maybe see if we can go up to 16 and get Milroe. Okay. James Pierce goes to the Bears. Oh, God damn it. Whoops. Don't know. I knew it. What did I say, Ryan? What did I say? I know or did I know? I fucking knew it, Ryan. I knew it, bro.
Let it ride, bro. Let it ride. Now,
All
who else?
right. I
Now,
would,
he was still on the board, of
I
course.
would, I would try. Like, if this is the Genty is still on the board, which is very fascinating to me.
Yeah,
He,
I like that.
um,
I
he gonna
think he's gonna go.
uh,
He went to the.
oh,
Oh,
the Raiders did.
I forgot they had another pick.
They didn't. They traded back up. They traded up.
Oh, they traded up. Okay.
So they ended up with, they got yours and McMillan. They said they leaving with something. All right, I'm just gonna let the rest play out. But I had the idea. I wonder what the outcome would have been if we would have offered that offer at 15.
Yeah, yeah. And I wonder what we would have. What would
What
be
would they have
required?
wanted? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because that. I mean, obviously, it's gonna be next year's first.
It would have been more. It probably would have been next year's first, maybe next year's second as well.
And this year's second.
Yeah. But if you get in the quarterback and if you got Milroe and you got Mason Graham, like, you got your potential quarterback of the future and a dog on the interior, bruh.
That's true, but man, that's a lot. Like the Saints, bro, they need a lot of talent, bro. Like, I just don't know if this would be the draft that I would give up much to the future for these quarterbacks. That's what I'm thinking right now. Maybe that'll change,
Right.
as the process goes along. But man, that was interesting, bro.
It was. Scotty said, "Can we draft a GM?"
Please.
Anyway, this went way longer than we thought, but we had a lot of fun doing it. We hope you're enjoying the bye week. If you're still watching, we got 37 concurrent viewers right now. Like and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of the bye week. Enjoy watching stress-free football. We will be back next week on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Central time, with the athletic Jordan Rodriguez joining SBP for the first time, breaking down the upcoming Rams game next week. So enjoy the rest of the time. Enjoy your time with your loved ones, your family, your friends, all that. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. I forgot what I was going to say, but we love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back next Tuesday. And with that, we are out.
Peace.
How do you feel when you switch to Geico and save on your car insurance? It's like going to work on one Thursday morning and thinking to yourself, just one more day until Friday. But then somebody in the elevator says, Happy Friday! Then you check your phone quickly and discover today is actually Friday. So yes, Happy Friday, random stranger in the elevator. Happy Friday indeed. Yep, switching and saving with Geico feels just like that. Get more with Geico.